Well, and we're turning around.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Master-Made Destruction Scorpion. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. It comes in a very large box here. You can see you have some very nice artwork here of a Destruction Scorpion up top. Destruction Scorpion. On this side of the box, you just have more of the picture. Destruction Scorpion. On the other side of the box, Mega Series Destruction Scorpion. On the bottom, you just have a barcode. On the back of the box, you have his headmaster. And when you open up the front flap here, I need to raise up so you can actually see what's going on. There you go. You get your obligatory product shots. It does this, that, the other things and stuff. And inside here, you just have that same piece of artwork. And that's basically it for the packaging. Then moving right along, here we have the Scorpion of Destruction, aka Scorponok. And yeah, this guy is he's big and beefy, but quite cool. Now without its issues, the only issues I really have with him is just I have some loose joints here and there, but otherwise, man, this guy is like really cool. So here he is in his Scorpion mode, as you can clearly see, and yeah, very cool. Very big, very imposing. You know, as usual, these figures have die cast in them, so he is hefty as well. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You got some nice transparent plastic there for the eyes. As usual, you do have some tamper-graphed details throughout the figure itself. You have the big old claws done in purple and white with some transparent red in there. You got the cannon, I don't know why that happens. You got the cannons in there. My tongue has to stop working at least once in a video, at least once. But moving right along, we got some more of that transparent red in there. You got these bits done in white and red. You got the little guns here, which can rotate. You have both sets of guns here. You can aim them both forward. Do what you want with those. I always leave these pointed back for some reason. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. But yeah, some nice details going on. Got the purples, the grays, the oranges. Again, all those tamper-graph details throughout. You got the scorpion legs going on there, which also has some tamper-graphs on them. And taking a closer look at the tail. The tail is quite cool, quite spiky, and quite dangerous as well. Because if you own this toy, you probably already know. If you're planning on getting this, I'm going to let you know now. Be careful with the tail because there are a lot of sharp points on this. And messing with his tail can get a little dangerous. A little dangerous. I personally don't like it when there's legit risk of my toys stabbing me. But hey, it is what it is. But the tail itself, again, very nicely done. You got a transparent red in there, and a green and a white, and again, those tamper-graphed details going all the way down the tail itself. And even on the inside of the tail, you get those little tamper-graphs in there. So yeah, it's quite cool. Quite cool! So there you have that. So for articulation in Scorpion mode, the head is on a ball joint. A little bit of a squeaky ball joint, but it is on a ball joint, so you can rotate, look up and down a little bit, go side to side. The arms can rotate on a nice ratchet. They can go in and out. You got rotation at the bicep. You got rotation at the wrist. Of course, the claws can open and close, and you have hinges right there as well. These claws right here can move outwards. And you can also move the arms up and down. Over here to the scorpion legs themselves. They're on a ball joint at the base, as well as a hinge here and a hinge there. So you can kind of, oops, you don't want to pop them off. These joints are kind of stiff, and sometimes it'll make you pop the legs off. You don't want that to happen. Let's just pop those back on. But you got some stiff hinges there. Sometimes it'll make you pop them off the ball joints. But hey, just pop them right back on. No harm, no foul there. So you got that. And you do have these bits here, which do fold out and they can rotate. And the instructions don't say what you're supposed to do with these. I guess you can leave them out just so he has some extra spikes, you know. Since he's already spiky enough, give him a couple extra spikes. I don't know. But hey, it's a thing. It's a thing you can do. If you want to do it, why not? Dare I say why not? But the tail is pretty much full of hinges. You do have a rotational joint right there at the base. You have a hinge here. You have a hinge here, a hinge here, and a hinge here. And you also have these sections of the tail which can come up like that and make him even spikier. And you can see it exposes that transparent red in there, which makes for a pretty cool look. And these bits right here are also on hinges that can move up and down as well. You can see the fronts here. You can see that transparent red in there as well. So, yeah. Pretty cool. I do quite dig them. Be careful with the tail. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. And for comparison, here he is with Master Maid's Triptychon. You can see how they scale with one another. Here he is with Master Maid's Omega Supreme. So you can see how that works out. Here it is with Master Maid's Metroplex. You can see how that scales. You can see it's quite larger than Metroplex there. There you go. And here he is with G1 Scorponok because it's precious. Scorpion precious. So precious. But anyway, there you have that. So let's continue on. Now this is one thing that I think is really cool. He does come with two little scorpion minions. And I love these little dudes. I love them. And you can see just done in purple and white. You get some silver in there as well. You have the red transparent plastic right there. You can see the tail done in gray and purple. These are pretty cool. And as far as articulation, you know, the arms there are on a ball joint at the base. And you do have a hinge right there. And these two legs are just on a single ball joint, and these two legs are on a ball joint. And the tail, the body itself actually has a hinge right here in the center, so you can move that up and down as you please. And the tail is on a hinge at the base, as well as a rotational joint as well. And you have a hinge here that can move backward. It can only move forward that far, and a hinge right there that can collapse all the way. So these guys, little scorpion minions, and that's pretty cool. I like that. And last but not least, he does include his headmaster. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. You can see the eyes done in red, the face done in white. You got some gray in there as well. You got some gray there on the chest. Not a whole lot to him detail-wise. Got some silver there on the elbows, silver there on the knees. Got the face on his back. There's no hiding it whatsoever. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you have your wiggly waggly, wiggly waggly. Can do a full 360. The shoulders can rotate a full 360. They can go in and out. You got bicep rotation. You have under 90 degrees of a bend at the elbow. You do have waist rotation. Due to the way he transforms, as you can see, the hips are on a ball joint, and they are a little bit on the loose side. That could have been a bit tighter, but that's fixable. Legs can go forward, that far, back, that far, out. You can do the full splits. You have some rotation there as well. You have 90 degrees of a bend at the knee, and the feet are on a ball joint. They can move up, they can move down. You have some tiltage there, and a little bit of rotation. So for comparison, we'll just bring in the other little dudes here. Here we got Megatron, we have Magnus, and we have Prime. There you go. They're just adorable. They're just so stinking adorable. No, let them. And for a mainline comparison, here it is with a Prime Master Pretender shell. You can see, you know, a little bit bigger. There he is with the G1 headmaster. So you can see how they scale. It's precious. So precious. Now the instructions don't say anything about a way to have him, piloting, the Scorpion mode or sitting in it in any way. Pretty much it's just a case of just leave him in head mode and leave him attached to the head. That's pretty much that's pretty much the only way to store him on this guy, as far as I found anyway. Like I said, the instructions don't say anything about that. So, yeah, move along, buddy. Yay! So that is basically it for the Scorpion mode. Pretty cool, and like I said earlier, I do have the issue of some loose joints on mine, like this joint here on the tail is a bit looser than I would like, so it's kind of hard to get the tail to stay up. I mean, it will, but once you get to a certain angle, it will just kind of drop, which is unfortunate. And on this side, some of the legs are a little bit loose, but those are on ball joints, so that's easily fixable. But yeah, just a couple loose joints on them, but otherwise, he looks really friggin' cool. So hey, now let's get down to a transformation, shall we? So now we're gonna go into base mode. So to do that, we need to come under here, and these sections just tab in right here. They tab in. You see there are two tabs. It tabs into this outer tab. So just undo that and just swing this out. Just get it out of the way for now, and just be careful with the tail. Just be careful. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. So just untab these sections here with the legs and just get them out of the way for now, and that will allow you to now get in here and untab the legs from this central section here that the tail is attached to. So just unpeg those. Just pegs in at 2 points. So just undo that. It almost stabbed me. If these were down, that would have ended badly. So this thing is dangerous. This thing is dangerous. Anyway, once you do that, you take this whole assembly, you bring it forward on this hinge, and then you bring it back on this hinge, like so, and then you just bring the tail up, and you just rotate it 180. Again, be careful with the sharp points, and just kind of sit it there, and pray that it does not fall and impale you. So now, once you've done that, you just want to come here to the legs, get his legs straightened back out, and now you have to bring the legs down and flatten out the feet. So you just have this bit of support here, because that will hold the back up. So you just kind of bring the legs down and just push until the feet sit flat on the surface. There you go. And there you have your supports for the back of the base mode. So once you've done that, just kind of get all this straightened out. We can just, we'll just kind of lean this back for now, so there's no imminent danger while I'm doing everything else here. So you just want to take the arms here, just kind of straighten them out, and you want to swing them up and just bring them in as far as they will go. You do want to remove these guns right here. Put that off to the side for now, and just straighten out his claws. Second vest, just like the vest, just straighten everything out, bring that up, and just get all this straight, like so. Straighten out the claws, remove these little guns here, and you pretty much got that going. So now what you want to do is you want to take these sections here with the legs, you want to bring them down. That will give you the clearance to swing them forward. And once you do that, you want to take this assembly here with the legs and swing it outward like that, and then you just kind of want to straighten this hinge out right here like that, and then you can just bring this up, and that will just sit right there. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Just bring that down, bring that forward, and just swing this around. Kind of straighten out those hinges there. Like that. Bring that up. And those will be your supports for the front. And you just kind of have the legs just resting there. Like that. And now we'll just bring the tail back up so it stands like a tower. Like so. Woo. But we're not done yet. No. We're not done. We're not done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in one of his little scorpion minions here. We're going to remove the tail. And what you're going to do with him is just straighten out his body. You want to flip down this peg here. Take the legs and just bring them down like that. Take his claws, bring them up, and he will peg in right up front. There's a post right there. And he will just plug in front of the tower. Like so. So now you have that going on. Like that. And now we're going to take the tail, and this is going to plug into this port right here. So just plug that in and just angle that up. We need to bring in the other scorpion minion here and just rip off his tail. And plug that into the other side. Bring that up like so. And there, ladies and gentlemen, you have the base mode. Woo, tall tower. There you go. And that's the base mode for him. Not the best, but hey, it is what it is. So, yeah. So you got that going on. Now these little guns, the instructions don't tell you what to do with these little guns, but there are ports right here on the sides of the claws. So I guess you could plug these in here and give the base some armament. At least that's what I'm going to do anyway. So it's your toy. Do what you want with it. And of course you do have also a spare tailless scorpion minion here, and you know what I do is I just take the legs and I flip these around and I flip these in and I just kind of rotate these like that, and I just kind of sit it right there just as kind of some weird ramp entrance way thing for it. I don't know. Hey, it's a thing. The thing you can do. The instructions don't say what to do with the other guy, just that one. So I don't know, but hey, that's a thing you can do with them if you want to do it. And here's the headmaster. So there you have the whole look. So yeah, that's a base mode. That's a base mode. So there you have that. So now, let's get down to robot mode. So you come here. We need to remove these. Put these off to the side for now. We can remove these little guns as well. Remove these. Remove this guy. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is just kind of get the tail out of the way so it doesn't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. And again, these, I don't know what you're supposed to do with these, but you can do what you want with those, but just fold these back in like so. So what we're going to do with the legs here is you're going to bring the leg down, and then you're going to take this section, bring this down, and you want to bring this whole leg up like that. So all that closes in, as you can see. Now he does have a double jointed knee. Now you want to bend the leg at the bottom joint. So you want to kind of get your thumb in here and bend the leg at that bottom joint, as you can see. And that will give you the clearance to now take this section here with the foot and swing this out so the foot is now oriented properly. You can't do that with this section of the knee down, because you don't have the clearance for it. So once you do that, now you can just take the leg and straighten it back out. And sometimes if you go too far, it kind of gets a little stuck. There we go. Now you can just straighten the leg out, and there you have the leg all done. Second verse is just like the first. So just bring it down. Just bring the leg up at this hinge, and then fold it back down at the bottom hinge, which will allow you to bring the foot up, and then you can straighten the leg out, like so. And now he's got 2 legs. Hooray for legs. So now for the tail. As you can see, the tail is now in the front of his body, so you need to bring all this down. Be very careful with the tail. Be very careful with the tail. It's dangerous. And just take this and swing it around to his back, like so. And once you have that in place, we can now start working on his backpack. So you just want to take these, bring them down, swing this down, and you also want to take this assembly here with the legs and swing this to the outside like so. And you can take the legs and do what you want with them. You just kind of collapse them up, get them a little bit more compact. But of course, you can do whatever you want with them. Leave them splayed out, tuck them all in, do what you want. Do what you want. But once you do that, you just bring this all the way down and bring this up, and that will tab in there. There you got that going on. Second verse, just like the first. So again, just bring all this around, swing all this around like so. Fold up these legs. So many legs. Why you gotta have so many legs, man? Man, it's too many legs. Anyway, bring this up, and there you go. So now you're going to bring the tail up, and this will just clip in right at the top, like that. And you just bring it down, and you just rotate the tail 180 again, and we'll just kind of let that hang there for now. And now we'll just bring the arms down, rotate at the bicep, rotate at the wrist there so he has a proper elbow joint. And just bring that around, rotates, rotates. A lot of nice ratchet joints on this figure as well. And then we're going to turn the helmet around, and obviously, as you can see, he has no face. He needs a face now. So we're just going to just open up the helmet like so. And now we will bring in the headmaster man here. So what you're going to do with him is you're going to take his arms and just rotate them up like so. You want to take his waist and rotate it around. Take the legs, bring them out, bring them up. You want to bring the foot up and rotate it so the bottom is facing forward, and this section right here will just swing out like that. And just do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it out, fold, bring the foot up, and rotate it, swing that out, and he's all ready to go. And this is just going to plug in right in this section right there. So just get him situated. Sometimes it can take a little bit of doing. By a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. There you go. He actually cooperated pretty easily that time. And then you just close the helmet like so. It'll clip into place. And we can just get his tail up over his head, as it should. And finally, there you have Destruction Scorpion in his robot mode. And he's a pretty cool looking Scorponok. I like him. I like him. We need to give him his little shoulder guns back. Let's plug these back on. There we go. There we go. We can bring these back up. Yeah, all right. There we go. Now we got them all situated. But yeah, he's a cool looking Scorponok, in my opinion. I quite like him. He's just big and beefy and big and beefy. I like it. So let's get in close here on that head sculpt. Pretty cool looking head sculpt. You can remove the visor if you want to. It is just tabbed in. Just get in there. You can just pull it right out. And you can see his face. So you got that look going on. If you want to, me personally, I like having the transparent visor there. I think it just looks cool. But hey, as always, your toy. Do what you want with it. But all no though, very cool, very hefty. You know, again, these figures have that die cast in them, so they have a heft to them that you would not expect. But yeah, he's a big boy. He's not a big boy, but he's a big boy. And of course the tail is just kind of dropping onto his head because that one joint is loose. But oh well. But there you have that. Now articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you got that wiggly, waggly, wiggly, waggly. Of course, head can rotate. You can look up a little bit, look down a bit. A little squeaky, a little squeaky. Arms can do a full 360 on a ratchet. They can move outward, again on a nice ratchet. Ratcheted bicep rotation. You got ratcheted elbow. Wait, oops, this part popped off again. That's just on a ball joint. Ratcheted elbow with 90 degrees of bend. You got these bits here, which are on ball joints as well. As far as the hands go, these two fingers can move in and out, and you have a hinge right there. The thumb is on a hinge that can move up and down. You also have a hinge there as well as a hinge here. You do have waist rotation. The legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward that far. You do have a little bit of rotation in there. You have that double jointed knee, but the second joint is really stiff, but there is a double jointed knee there. Try to get, there we go. You can see how that kind of fills in the gap, but yeah, you can get a little over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, even with the double joints, because he just has really thick shins there. But the feet can move up. The feet are on tight joints as well, but they can move up. They can move down. Yeah, they are very tight joints. And you do get ankle tiltage there as well, but again, it's quite tight, quite tight. There are some loose joints on him, and there are some joints that are a little too tight, so it's the best of both worlds. But anyway. Now, as far as his scorpion minions go, and here's one of them just for comparison, just so you can see how he scales there. Yay. Okay. So, what you do with these guys is you can remove the tail. You don't really have to remove the tail, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for the sake of the demonstration. So, you want this post pointed downward like so. You want to take these legs and just bring them back like this. They are capable of clipping together. Like that, just to hold them in place. And then you take the claws here and you just rotate them and bring them forward like so. And what you can do here is we come down to Scorponok's claws here, and you take these sections and these will just rotate up like so. There's one on each side, so just rotate these up. And what you're going to do is this is going to plug in to this post right here, and this section right here is just going to go into this slot right there. So it helps also if you bring the fingers out so you have room, and then you just plug it in, make sure it's all nice and secure. Just bring these down, and when you do that, it gives Scorponok a full 5-fingered hand. And that's really cool. That's really cool. I dig that. I really dig how that works. Now, as far as the tails go, they will just fold up and make a gun, as you can see. Now, what you can do with the guns, I'm not totally sure. He can't actually hold the gun. There's no way for him to actually hold it. There is a port, you know, the cannon there in his palm is a port, and I have been able to actually get this plugged in here. Like that, so maybe that's a thing you can do with it. I'm not entirely sure. The instructions don't say anything about that. Me personally, I just leave them attached right there as little forearm blasters. So that's what I do with them. But hey, as always, yo toy, do what you want. There you go. So now Scorponok has 2 full 5-fingered hands, and that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to take the other gun here and just plug it on. So yeah, I like it. I like that. That's really cool. Now, one last gimmick, as he does have a light-up feature, and it is in his chest. The chest compartment here does just slide right out. And right in here is where you put the battery. As you can see, it takes a CR2032, which you can get quite cheap on Amazon. And his tail just fell over. Just get this back into his chest here. It can be a little hard to get this back into his chest for some reason. I don't know why. Hey. There we go. But he just pushed it as I bumped the camera. Sorry about that. He just pushed the button right there. Boop. And his chest lights up a nice bright red. Get your tail back up, man. There we go. So that makes for a cool effect right there. Now let's turn that off because we don't want to drain the battery. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the emotive face. He can't make an angry face. I mean, he pretty much already has an angry face, but that's pretty much it there. Like, his face doesn't do anything like the other ones do. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that gimmick. But oh, well, it's fine. It is what it is. But all in all, though, still pretty cool. And just to talk about the tail again, you have all those hinges there. You have those bits here that you can flip out. These little bits, also these little panels, are also on hinges, so you can kind of angle those however you want. So, those are things that move. If you want them to move, if you want to pose them in some way, you totally can. But, yeah, all in all, I do quite dig this guy. So, there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with Triptychon. You can see he's quite a bit larger there than the Trips. Here he is with Metroplex, and again, quite a bit larger than Metroplex. And here he is with Omega Supreme. So I have that. For a mainline comparison, here he is with Leader Class, Power of the Primes, Optimus Prime. As you can see, he's actually a little bit taller than the Leader Class, definitely way bulkier. So, there you go. And last but not least, here he is with G1 Scorponok, because it's just precious. It's just precious. Oh, look at that. His head's too small and his head's too big. Ain't life kooky? Anyway. And just because, here he is with little Megs. Just you can see there how he scales with the little dudes. Yay! So there you have Destruction Scorpion. Now, one thing I forgot to talk about with the articulation is you do have a hinge that allows the arms to move forward and back as well. So you get some extra articulation there. But yeah, a really cool figure. As I've said with all of these Master-Made figures, don't know why I passed up on this when it first came out, but I am so glad I'm on board with this line now because I'm loving these, loving these, loving these. Unfortunately, I do have some loose joints on my copy. It's fixable stuff, but still kind of sucks. But all in all, though, quality-wise, as with all these figures, this thing just feels solid, sturdy. I mean, nothing on this feels cheap or fragile or flimsy. This thing just feels rock solid. The die-cast in it gives it that nice heft. Overall, really well made. I love how the Scorpion minions incorporate into the robot mode itself. I really dig how that works. Simple, but effective. So yeah, overall, I love it, love it, love it. The only thing I would say, again, be careful with the tail. The tail is very dangerous. It's very pointy. It can hurt you. Be careful with the tail. He is a scorpion. Be careful with the tail. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any other Master-Made figures, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Master-Made Destruction Scorpion. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Alright, listen, Scorponok. We have to talk. You see, we have this thing called boundaries. And you have not been respecting those boundaries. And when you don't respect the boundaries, you don't respect me. And I don't like it when I am not shown respect. So when I tell you not to go near my collection of Beanie Babies, that doesn't mean eat my Beanie Babies.
They look like candy.
They are not candy.
They taste funny.
Because they are not candy. They're not food, okay? If you want food, just ask for food and I will bring you a burrito or something. I mean, I won't get it. I'll make Starscream do it.
Can I eat Starscream?
Huh? I'll season him for you.